Author's notes. Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung, and Alfred Adler are all giants in the world of psychology. This book is a distillation of Adler's philosophical and psychological ideas and teachings, taking the form of a narrative dialogue between a philosopher and a young man. Adlerian psychology enjoys a broad base of support in Europe and the USA, and presents simple and straightforward answers to the philosophical question, how can one be happy? Adlerian psychology might hold the key. Listening to this book could change your life. Now, let us accompany the young man and venture beyond the door. The young man entered the study and sat slouched in a chair. Why was he so determined to reject the philosopher's theories? His reasons were abundantly clear. He lacked self-confidence, and ever since childhood, this had been compounded by deep-seated feelings of inferiority with regard to his personal and academic backgrounds, as well as his physical appearance. Perhaps as a result, he tended to be excessively self-conscious when people looked at him. Mostly, he seemed incapable of truly appreciating other people's happiness, and was constantly pitying himself. To him, the philosopher's claims were nothing more than the stuff of fantasy. The unknown third giant. Youth. A moment ago, you used the words another philosophy, but I've heard that your speciality is in Greek philosophy. Philosopher. Yes, Greek philosophy has been central to my life ever since I was a teenager. The great intellectual figures, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. I am translating a work by Plato at the moment, and I expect to spend the rest of my life studying classical Greek thought. Youth. Well then, what is this other philosophy? Philosopher. It is a completely new school of psychology that was established by the Austrian psychiatrist Alfred Adler at the beginning of the 20th century. In this country, it is generally referred to as Adlerian psychology. Youth. I never would have imagined that a specialist in Greek philosophy would be interested in psychology. Philosopher. I'm not very familiar with paths taken by other schools of psychology. However, I think it is fair to say that Adlerian psychology is clearly in line with Greek philosophy, and that it is a proper field of study. Youth. I have a passing knowledge of the psychology of Freud and Jung, a fascinating field. Philosopher. Yes, Freud and Jung are both renowned, even here. Adler was one of the original core members of the Vienna Psychoanalytic Society, which was led by Freud. His ideas were counter to Freud's, and he split from the group and proposed an individual psychology based on his own original theories. Individual psychology. Another odd term. So Adler was a disciple of Freud's? No, he was not. That misconception is common. We must dispel it. For one thing, Adler and Freud were relatively close in age, and the relationship they formed as researchers was founded